The standing ovation and the excitement you saw in this TED Talk, it was about a demo on touchscreen. So if we go back to that video now and actually see what that video was about, this is what was shown in that TED Talk. So let's go at the moment when a touchscreen interface is being shown for maps. And if you see, this TED Talk had such an amazing excitement when it was released in 2006. Look at how things changed from 2006 to 2010, maybe 2016. Now smartphones are ubiquitous. And if someone is showing you demo of a touch screen, you will not even blink an eye. And in this time when this was released, it was a revolutionary idea. In the exact same way things are present for AI. Okay, a lot of things can change in a decade and they have changed. So technology is always moving forward. Whether it is internet, whether it is personal computing, whether it is cell phones, the cell phone which you are using right now is tremendously more powerful than supercomputers in 1990s, which were used to spend spaceships in space. They are more powerful than supercomputers which were used by Pixar to create movies like Toy Story. So the technology is moving at an extremely high pace. Lot of things change in decade and they have also changed for AI as well. So we need to actually adapt according to the new normal for this decade. So don't learn AI like a previous decade. Learn AI for the current decade. That is the point we are trying to make here. So you see, before we'll take to before 2010 and that time, there was no buzz about data science. Being a data scientist was a question of shame than excitement, unlike now. So things were very different at that time. Then in 2011, the first course, which is Introduction to Machine Learning, was released and it was met with a lot of buzz. Okay, but let's be perfectly clear here. So this course was popular not because machine learning was popular. This course was popular because a course from Stanford became accessible to everyone. This was the first time, this was the beginning of Coursera. A place where world class education like Stanford, MIT, Yale, Harvard, all these places, it became available to everyone all across the world just because of internet. So that is what caused the buzz, not machine learning. Then in 2012, in a competition, the neural network called as AlexNet, this AlexNet actually proved that data science is possible. And suddenly things changed abruptly. Before that, there was not much interest in data science, and in 2012, big companies realized how much impact data science can actually make, and big companies started adopting AI at an extremely large number. So, companies like Google, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, and they were all rushing to actually make this field of data science mature. Okay, before 2012, this entire field was for academics, professors. So in academics, they had their own frameworks. So framework which was Theano. So you might not know the framework, but Theano was the framework which was actually used by all professors and PhD students to do data science. Then after 2012, companies were like, no, 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 that's too hard. We actually need to change those tools and actually create a library which is easy to use and we can actually use for product. We can actually use for product. So before this time, for machine learning, libraries like Theano was present. Or if you want to do in a programming, there was a library known as R. This has been present since 1993. So this was a specialized world of people who are hardcore into deep technical knowledge. When we went to the product, Google actually hired the team who created Theano, and that team created TensorFlow. And what was the aim of it? Is make machine learning and data science democratized. The word democratized means make it easier to use so that we can use it across our entire company. So you see, if only 100 top people from, let's say, Google, if only they can do machine learning, then it is actually not democratized. It's only, it can be done by those people. But if we can democratize it, if we can make it easier, then access to that is to tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands, and they all can work on it. So as it becomes easier, means as it becomes more democratized, then more and more people can do this. Okay, so 2016-17, that was when many courses started cropping up on YouTube or Udemy or Coursera or blogs, which were all teaching machine learning. But key important thing which is here is they were focusing more on the coding part, syntax. But then research was always moving forward. Things came like AutoML, wherein machine learning modeling got simplified via AutoML. So ML modeling got simplified. Then soon GPT was released, and GPT also simplified. GPT is a neural network created by OpenAI, which can generate text or even code. So if you want to do something, GPT can actually help you write the code for it. You don't have to do it from scratch. So you see, innovations like AutoML, innovations like GPT-3, and new libraries which are democratizing machine learning, they make ML modeling easier and easier and easier. So if all you are focused on is ML modeling, then your knowledge about ML modeling is not enough for you to get a job. What we need now is comprehensive end-to-end knowledge of ML. So end-to-end knowledge of ML and how machine learning is actually used in a product. So lot of things can change in a decade, and a lot of things have changed in a decade for machine learning. Before 2011, no one kind of like even knew ML could be this big, and now everyone knows it is this big. And before 2016, at that time, the emphasis was on research. Now emphasis is on development. Before, emphasis was on syntax. Now emphasis on is on thought process and understanding of machine learning. So as long as you have a deep thought process which can allow you to solve a problem, take it from its beginning to its end, only then you will be valuable. If you are carrying forward the way of learning ML from 2017, it is not going to be enough anymore. So learn data science for the next decade, not the previous decade, which is already obsolete. So I hope you do that, and see you guys in next lectures.